Hello and welcome. My name is Z, and I just recently learned some tips and tricks to grading your comic and what comic graders are looking for. And as a comic collector, you want to be able to grade your own comics, or at least have an idea of what grade a particular comic you have will end up being. So in this video, I decided to just kind of practice on some of those tips and techniques that I learned. And I figured I'd just record it and share those with you guys. So hopping right into the video, I have my eMart Ideas Illuminated Lighting Kit, and I'm going to be using that not for the video, but for the extra light to be able to make sure I can see exactly what I need to see when looking at this comic. The comic that I'll be looking at today and attempting to grade is the Mighty Thor issue number 289, and this is from 1979, so it's a pretty old comic. It's not of any particular value, but it is old, so I think it's like a good practice comic for me to take a look at. And I picked this up at my local comic store, Coliseum Comics, for about $5. So like I said, not of any particular value, but just a good comic to get some practice in. So obviously, in order to grade a comic, you're going to need to remove it from the sleeve. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it gently, and I'm going to be sure to pull the tape back out of the way to make sure it doesn't hook on to the comic and tear any coloring or images off the face of the comic. So my first impression of the comic is that it's in pretty good shape for its age. There's not a whole lot going on with it off first glance. Taking a look on the back side, there is kind of like a little, it seems to be like a bend with some dark coloring in that area. But other than that, I mean, the comic on first glance is in pretty good shape. Next, I'm going to start with a page count, making sure that the comic is complete. So this comic should have 16 pages in there. So I'll begin to count and see if the comic has 16 pages or not. So I'm able to confirm that there are 16 pages in this comic, so that makes it complete. The next thing I'm going to do is open to the centerfold and take a look at the staples and just make sure that they weren't removed, replaced. Make sure that there's no glue that indicates that the comic was restored in any way. That aspect of the comic looks really good. Now I'm going to go through and do a page inspection on the comics to see the condition of the pages. So the pages are off-white, and I did find that there are some minor holes at the bottom of each page. So right at the end of this video, I'm going to post the pictures of like kind of all the defects that I found with the comic. But there are some little holes right at the bottom of the comic. It's on multiple pages, not every single page, but it's on a good majority of them. And I'm not sure exactly what it is or what caused it. Now I'll inspect the cover of the comic using a magnifying glass just to look for any defects on the face of it that I can't see with just my eye. And this comic has a white spine on the cover, so any color breaks, they're kind of really difficult to see because the spine is white on it. So there you have it, just a couple of tips and techniques to use when you're looking at grading your own comics. There's definitely more that go into it. I'm not a pro at this at all. Like I said, this is just getting some practice in and bringing you guys along for the ride. But I'm going to post the pictures of the defects that I found on there. Then I'll post my prediction as far as what the grade of this comic would be. So I appreciate you guys for sticking around. If you can, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.